Hello, dear Aquarius. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your March 2021 horoscope. And we're going to talk about Mercury, which is now direct in your first house, yay, as well as Mars moving into Gemini on the 3rd in your 5th house of pleasure and fun and love and children. So, and this is going to create a little bit of a trine that you may talk about a lot of really fun things, but we'll get to that in just a minute. First, let's also do a little bit of a highlight around, we've got a Mercury and Jupiter canoodle happening right after Mars moves into Gemini. And then we also have new moon in Pisces on the 12th. That'll be in your 2nd house. And Mercury will move into Pisces on the 15th. Then shortly after that, we have the spring equinox with the sun in Aries, and he's bringing Venus right along with him. So I think that's going to be a pretty electrifying and fun opportunity for you. So I'll talk about that. And then we have the full moon in Libra as well, and that will be in your 9th house. So there's going to be a lot of energy and communication. And honestly, you're a bit of the Zodiac's favorite sign right now. Enjoy it. You know, every sign gets to go through this. And I think it's important that you get the opportunity to really shine. And that's what I feel the month of March will offer to you, is opportunities to communicate who you are. How do you want people to view you? And being able to do it in your own unique way, because I know you Aquarians love to do things in just your own special kind of way. And this will give you an opportunity also to communicate it, whether you use words or you use your body language, or maybe you change your look. And it's like, this is who I am, and I'm not going to apologize. And if you can either love me or not, and it's okay. And I just think it's going to be such a great month for you to also be able to shine, whether we're talking personally or professionally, because you're going to have this shine to you. Like, people are going to be drawn to you, and it is going to be using your words and communicating your ideas. And it's really about, I really want to do this because I love it, because it brings me great joy or pleasure. And I would say also that you're going to probably be activated to connect with someone either romantically or just as a fun little flirty love affair kind of thing, if you're not coupled. And if you are coupled, you will find a fun lightheartedness, maybe in the bedroom. Maybe you act as if you've just met for the first time. You're like, you know, as they say, teenagers again. This is just going to be a fun energy for you when it comes to connections in general. Now, even if you're not looking at romance and you're just looking at your friendships and you're looking at just people, coworkers, people that you're connecting with on a regular basis, this energy can also drive you. Mars will drive you to communicate these and collaborate these ideas, and it'll be more fun. You'll definitely be in that time of, it's the more the merrier, and teamwork. And I would say that when Jupiter and Mercury canoodle on the 4th, whatever subject you may have been revisiting back in February when Mercury was retrograde will come back to light, come back onto the table for you to talk about more. Maybe you'll find some answers, because there was probably a few questions, like, you know, if you were personally questioning, say, your beloved's intentions around you and what you really were thinking and feeling and what he was really or she was thinking and feeling, then this can also be a time where it finally gets revealed, or maybe some new contracts, new agreements in your relationship are now established. The other thing that I will say is that this Mercury-Jupiter canoodling could also bring you some sort of financial abundance. It could bring you news of good news of an opportunity that maybe you were wrestling around with or you weren't quite sure about in February, that now you get the confirmation it's go time. You get that green light. Now, let's talk about the new moon in Pisces, because that's going to be in your second house. And that's why I was saying you may get some news about some financial abundance, because with this new moon in Pisces, it has an energy of hope and faith that you can set these intentions to be able to gain new work or new income or new values that line up with this unique expression of who you are. And that you may even start thinking, I really want to travel for my job, and I want to, gain some income when I am able to go to, travel again on a regular basis, because we will get back into the travel mode. It might take another few months, maybe even a year, but we'll get back there. So doing some long range planning, and also finding ways that your talents and skills can be used as a act of service for others. So this new moon in Pisces may also find you planting seeds of great compassion and kindness that allow you to be of greater benefit to others. And in doing so, they'll want to have some sort of exchange. Now, we don't exchange in furs anymore or spices, so hence that's where the money and income show up. However, it could just be an exchange. I know there's a lot of body workers who will do an exchange for, say, counseling or personal training, right? So there's things like that that may show up for you. And with Mercury, we'll be moving into Pisces on the 15th, will help you to establish these contracts or these agreements. And I would say that if you're looking for work, this is a great time for you to sign the agreement or the offer and do some negotiating if you need to. But I would say that this is where the opportunities really come in strongly for the interviews, the offers, and getting the new business going, or the new promotion or new role, whatever it might be. Now, the sun will move into Aries on the spring equinox. That's what happens every year. And that's on the 20th, and bringing Venus, as I mentioned, in Aries as well. And this is all happening in your third house, which is the house of siblings and communication. And it's really how we organize our thought processes. And it's the information that we absorb, if you will. And so consider it in terms of upbringing, the human cycle, that sort of thing. This is sort of the elementary place. And if you think about it, there's a lot of learning that takes shape. And then you learn how to organize, or you learn how to write, or you learn, So I would say that with the sun here, it is going to be sextiling your sun, as well as Mars in Gemini in your fifth house. So I have a feeling there's going to be quite a bit of activity. And let me just also say with Venus here, where you're going to turn your attention towards, how can I learn maybe more about love, more about money, and how to, handle it, communicate it. I would imagine that you may even find, how can I learn how to play more? How can I learn how to experience life to its fullest, and to have fun just for the sake of having fun? Because some of you Aquarians are working way too much. And so you may find that also with that fifth house sextile, it could activate something with your children. And you may decide, hey, I'm ready to have some kids, or my kids need my attention more. And it should be where you're, lighthearted and fun, and being able to bring out some natural gifts for yourself and for your kids, and just to play for, like I say, for the sake of play. The other thing that I would offer is that with Venus here in Aries, it may activate a sexier kind of go where angels dare to tread mentality when it comes to your pleasure house. And so this very, very well could activate a little bit more exploration and fun in areas of sex and love. And also when it comes to just finances in general, it's like, let's just take a risk and purchase a vacation for the future for the sake of it, because it will be fun. And, you'll budget and all of that accordingly. But this is really feeling more like you may just do something for the hell of it. Why not? And you'll have a confirmation that you chose the right thing for you at this full moon in Libra, which is on the 28th in that ninth house. I have a sense that you'll get some form of information, confirmation that says, yeah, it's good for you to plan ahead. And I will also say with the full moon that it's possible that there is something in the future that will have to be changed. So try not to get attached to the outcome, just continue to set the intention and then allow it to unfold and allow it to, don't worry about the how it shows up. So here's the other thing with this full moon in Libra. I would imagine that many Aquarians will be able to let go of a idea in a relationship that you may have held on to that didn't allow you to be more open-minded about it, because I would sense that whatever this particular area of relationship that was working you, maybe you and your beloved were talking about money, or maybe you were talking about sex, or you were talking about how to, improve the home, whatever it might be. And you had your own fixed way of doing it. And yet your beloved said, no, I'd rather do it this way. You may let go of your idea and find a new solution together. So that's just one way. I will say that very often full moons in Libra have a tendency to, I see a lot of people leaving relationships or letting relationships go that no longer serve them. And that is a real possibility here. However, I do sense with these beautiful trines and sextiles happening that if you find yourself in that position, you'll be able to do it in a way that is loving, that is kind, and that may not have the same negative feeling that it would in the past, because you're certainly not the same person you were, and neither is the other. So I will say that some of you Aquarians, if you think about this too, that new moon in Pisces will have you with a new role. You may be leaving your old role on that full moon to start your new role right after. So those are some ways that this full moon in Libra could be affecting you. I would also say that you have quite a bit of emphasis, like I mentioned, with that third house on learning. Well, the ninth house is about higher education, expanding the mind. So it's possible that you may decide that you are ready to take on a higher education, or you're teaching what you have learned. So this full moon in Libra could have you releasing some new course or some new thought process. I love this for launching a business as well. So if you want to launch a business that you have been formulating and putting together and all of that, this is a great time to do it, especially if it's an online business. So Aquarian, I want you to go for life this month. I really feel like this is where life gets breathed back into you. And in some ways, take a little risk, go for it. If there's a particular area that you're not quite sure about, and you've done due diligence and you've spoken with a professional, get the support you need, that sort of thing. At the end of the day, remember, come back to the body, check in, and go for it. All right, Aquarians, I hope that this video helps. I would love to hear how it's going. Comment, like, subscribe, share, and find me at jamiedawn.com for individual reading. All right, you guys, have a great month.